Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Love Like Jesus. And welcome back to another cooking series with me. So, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a cabbage and carrot, steamed cabbage and carrot stir fry. So, today, before I get started, I just want to let everyone know that I'm just pretty simple in the kitchen. I try to keep the kitchen as simple as possible, and I don't try to complicate my recipes or what the food that I'm cooking. I try to be as natural as possible and as simple as possible so it could be more attainable for anyone that would watch this video and would want to try this recipe. I try to make it attainable for people as much as possible because this is a staple in my house. So let's just get to it. So you're going to be making a stir fry cabbage and carrot. So today I'm going to show you how I go about doing this. So first you're going to need, you could use a whole cabbage if you want, but I just used a half a cabbage. Okay, white cabbage, regular white cabbage so that you could see it. I used the half today. It was a whole cabbage that I bought, but I used the half. You can cut this cabbage however way you want. You can cut it in small pieces. You can cut it in medium size. Whatever you want, do it, okay? There's no limit to how you want to prepare this dish, okay? So next, after we have the cabbage, I have 2 tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. I use the fresh tomato. You don't have to. You can use other alternatives such as tomato paste. I'm not really a big fan of tomato paste. You can use canned tomatoes, the whole ones or the crushed ones or the puree ones. But today I'm using the fresh tomato in this dish because I want it to be as fresh as possible. Like I say, I don't try to complicate my recipes because I want it to be attainable. And also too because I'm a diabetic, so I have to be very careful when it comes to things like sugar intake and salt intake. Also, I keep a keen eye on oil intake because when you're a diabetic, you have to be very careful how you're eating and what you're putting into your body. Okay? So you can use the fresh tomatoes. Like I said, you can use other alternatives such as tomato paste, canned tomatoes, or sometimes if you don't have those things, you can use ketchup. Believe it or not, ketchup is the same thing, almost the same thing as a tomato sauce, and it gives your food a lot of flavors. Especially, I love ketchup, okay? I don't know about all y'all ketchup lovers out there or ketchup fans out there, but I love ketchup. All right, let's move on. So the next thing that you're going to put into your dish, the veggie stir fry, 2 onions, peel, stripped, and cut to your liking. You can cut them in big chunks, small chunks. You can blend it. You can chop it. However way you want to do it, whatever you feel comfortable with, go for it. Okay? Next up, I have a mixture of basil and oregano. You can use 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon. I used 1 tablespoon in mine of fresh basil and oregano. Okay, I just love the taste of the basil and oregano. You can also mix basil and parsley. These are dry ingredients, spice ingredients, but they're fresh, and you can get these ingredients in any of your local grocery stores. Or sometimes you can get them in these exotic grocery stores like in a Chinese grocery store or a Korean grocery store. You can also even find, believe it or not, basil, oregano. You can find that in the dollar bin. Believe it or not. You can get it, because we're in Canada, you can get it in GT, Walmart. I mean, it's accessible it's accessible. You can get it. All right? So after the basil, one tablespoon. I'm going to move on down to the onion powder. 1 tablespoon added into your pot. And then here we have but you can add it according to your liking. The Heavenly Spice black pepper, it's not mandatory, but I like to put about 1 tablespoon within mine just to give it a fresh flavor. And like I said, if you want to add any kind of peppery taste to your pot or flavor to your pot, you can use fresh habanero peppers, the Jamaican peppers, or you can use habanero sauce. You can use different kinds of pepper. There's different styles of pepper. All right. And to move on, I also added into my pot 1 tablespoon of paprika, giant value. You can get this in GT. Paprika. Okay. It's also another super spice, which is actually very good and I love it. Okay. You can also add what I added into mine prior to the basil and the basil. You can add in thyme leaves. All right. You can get it, like I say, in any of your local grocery stores. Thyme leaves. I love the flavor of thyme. It's like very like a nice Caribbean vibe that it gives to your pot. It's like very, very nice. All right. So you can add this in too as well. About maybe 1 tablespoon. You have to go easy on the thyme because you don't want it to overpower the taste. You're just giving enough taste to flavor your pot, to flavor your the veggies properly. Okay. Sorry guys, my speech, I'm like falling over myself here. The next thing that I placed into my fresh steamed veggies is bay leaf. I like the taste of bay leaf. It's not mandatory, but you can. But I put it in mine because I like the taste of it. So this is bay leaf, fresh bay leaf. You can get in any of your local grocery store, GT, Walmart, you name it, it's there. Okay, like I say, I try to keep my recipes as simple as possible because I want it to be attainable and accessible to my viewers that would like to try it or to eat it. Or if you want it to become a staple in your own kitchen, it's very attainable. A lot of times we watch videos that are like just very complicated and you're trying to figure out where am I going to go get these ingredients? Where am I going to find these kind of spices? Because they just seem so exotic and so unattainable. But like I say, I try to keep my kitchen as simple as possible because I want it, because, that's just who I am. Because like I say, I'm diabetic and I have to be very careful with what I eat when it comes to sugar and different things, because spices, and when you're dealing with spices and ingredients, you're dealing with different intake of sugars and salts and sodiums and all kinds of things. So I have to make my kitchen as simple as possible and as light as possible, and I find it is so delicious. You don't need to complicate your recipes. Recipes, in order for you to live a good life and to eat well, doesn't mean that your kitchen has to be complicated or that your food or your ingredients have to be complicated. Other people, I'm not bashing nobody, but I'm just saying for myself. All right. So let's move on. So we moved on from the bay leaf. So I added about a half a cup, not even a quarter of a cup of vegetable oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you choose. If you don't have vegetable oil in your kitchen, you can use coconut oil. You can use olive oil. Olive oil tends to be simpler, for a lot of people, but I didn't have any olive oil today, so I used vegetable oil. So, or you can use even margarine, maybe one big tablespoon of margarine to flavor your food. It depends. It all depends on what you feel comfortable with and what you have in your kitchen that is available. So these are the ingredients that you're going to need. And one of the reasons why I don't prep my ingredients is because I'm giving the viewers the choice to do whatever is comfortable for them and whatever makes them feel comfortable. So I just set it up and to show you guys what I use to prepare the dish and how I go about making the dish. All right. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you the finishing touch of the stir-fry veggie. But first, let me just get out my plate because I'm going to be eating some right now. I am going to get my plate from my cupboard, guys, because I want to show you guys. There's my plate. I'm going to show you guys what this is going to look like. All right. So I'm going to get out my plate. So, guys, this is the finishing touch of the steamed veggie and cabbage carrot stir fry. Look at how delicious this this looks. Very simple, very affordable, nothing complicated about it. All right? And it's ready to eat. And that's how I eat on a daily basis. Affordable ingredients, fresh, they're very accessible in your local grocery stores or markets. Nothing complicated about it. All right, guys? So I'm going to put some on my plate, and just to let you guys also know, because I don't like steam cabbage to steam too soft. So I just lightly steam it, because once you steam it for about 10 minutes and you turn off your stove and you let it sit, it's going to cook itself, right? So you don't need to go for like 40 minutes or 30 minutes, because then the vegetable is going to be too soft and soggy and you're not going to enjoy it. So make sure you just like turn on your stove once you prepped all of your ingredients and you have them in the pot and you have them on your veggies. Turn on the stove for just 10 minutes and turn it off and let it sit for like 15 to 20 minutes max. And then you're going to have the finishing touch. So there you go, guys. I'm going to add this on to my plate. And there you go. I am going to have this now to eat. So guys, enjoy, and I'm going to enjoy mine. Much love and light to you all, and I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I hope that you'll be, inspired to try it, because it's very simple, very delicious, but very healthy. Thank you so much, and much love and light. Bye-bye.